Welcome to the Positively Portugal Football Report for round 31. My name is Howie. This is not going to be a long video today. We did not have any Europa League. We did not have any Taça. We only had the 9 matches of the Primeira Liga. So getting right into it, we have Gil Vicente and Arouca playing to a 2-2 draw. Disappointing result for Arouca simply because Moreirense beat Portimonense 2-0, and that means Moreirense leapfrogs Arouca and goes back into 6th place. Now, Moreirense had been walking around lifeless without a purpose for the last month, but I guess nothing cures you than getting to play Portimonense, and that team is just... I mean, God, there's nothing that you could say about this team. They deserve the relegation playoff, and quite frankly, they deserve relegation. If the Primeira Liga had 20 teams, then obviously Portimonense would outright be relegated. And, the truth of the matter is there wouldn't even be such a thing as a relegation playoff if the league had 20 teams. But there's only 18. So, Casa Pia, 3-1 over Chaves. Vizela and Rio Ave played to a 1-1 draw. Benfica 3-1 over Braga. Vitória beat Boa Vista 1-0. Estoril 1-0 over Famalicão. Firenze in the Monday game yesterday, they beat Estrela 3-0. Estrela, a team that is 1 point ahead of Portimonense for avoiding the relegation playoff, was completely lifeless at home. I mean, Firenze is not really a great team. They've been a lot better than people thought they would be, and they did fall into a prolonged slump. It looked like they were just tired, and they've recovered somewhat, and they're going to be safe. They're without question going to be in the Primeira Liga next year. Portimonense, their Algarve neighbors, probably will not be, but Firenze does Portimonense a solid favor and keeps Estrela only 1 point ahead. Now, the Porto Sporting game ended in 2-2. Porto had a 2-0 lead, and it held through 86 minutes until Victor Gyökeres scored 2 goals in consecutive minutes, in the 87th and the 88th. Now, Sporting suffered a red card in the 90th minute of all minutes to Marcus Edwards. And you got to wonder, if Edwards didn't get that red card, would Sporting have completely come back? So, as a result of that draw and Benfica beating Braga, Benfica has cut Sporting's lead to only 5 points with 3 matches left. Now, I say only, but, let's be realistic. It's going to take an absolute mammoth, a gargantuan collapse from Sporting in order for Benfica to win the league. And just looking at the schedule, that's obviously not going to happen because Saturday, Sporting is at home against Portimonense. There is a better chance of winning the lottery every week for a year than for Portimonense to take a single point at the Alvalade. And looking further ahead, in week 33, Sporting will play Estoril in Estoril, and the last game of the season, Sporting is home against Chaves. So there is 0 chance for Benfica to get back into that race. But you know what? Benfica was not like other teams in this league that have just thrown in the towel and stopped performing. So we're going to call Benfica the team of the week. And this week's biggest loser, without question, is Portimonense, losing 2-0 at home to a team that has been sleepwalking for a month. At the top of the table, nothing has changed. Porto is now up by 1 point on Braga, and Vitória is only 2 points behind them. Now, as we mentioned, Arouca's draw meant that they fall back into 7th, and Moreirense is in 6th again. Moreirense is without question the worst sixth place team of all time in any football league. Now, at the bottom, we have Vizela. 1 point ahead of them is Chavez. They're both going to be relegated. I believe it could happen, at least for one of them, this weekend. And as we mentioned, Portimonense in that relegation playoff. So that is all we have for this week, with all Portuguese teams out of Europe and the Taça final set. These videos are not going to be as long as they were. So I want to thank you all for watching, and if you enjoy listening to Portuguese football, I can't even speak today. If you enjoy listening to a channel about Portuguese football, Portuguese life, and the process of moving to Portugal, please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to help a YouTuber grow their channel. Again, I do not ask for money. I don't want any of your money. There's no Patreon. There is no super thanks. There is no buy me a coffee or any of that nonsense. The only thing I ask of you, please hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank you all for watching. And I'll catch you next time.